Okay, people, it's 9 o'clock. I call this Sawyer County Public Safety Committee meeting to order. Can we have a roll call, Madam Clerk, please?
Ron Buckles,
Present.
Mark Helwig,
Here.
Jeff Haney, Marshall Savitsky, Jim Evans. You have a quorum.
Okay, number 3, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, certification of compliance with open meeting.
This meeting was noticed to the media and the public as required by section 19.84 of Wisconsin statutes.
Okay, thank you. Number 5, meeting agenda has been set. Number 6, do we have any public comment? None? Okay, number 7, consider approval of minutes from the previous meeting on 5/1/25, please.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Helwig.
I'll second.
A second by Mr. Haney to approve the minutes. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries to approve. Okay, number 8, Circuit Court. Welcome, Judge.
Thank you. So I'm sorry I wasn't here last month. I always try not to miss these, and I know that sometimes court or kid stuff comes up, and I don't even remember what it was, but wasn't able to be here last month, so I've got some updates for you guys today.
Okay,
Recovery court is going really well. We've got one individual who is set to graduate the program in July, and then potentially another one who could be graduating by the end of the summer. Everybody is progressing through their phases. We unfortunately have had to terminate one person from the program. Otherwise, it is going really, really well. We had, let's see. Okay, so this one, don't ask me any questions because I don't know the answers. We're doing a condemnation commission. It's per statute that we need to have one. And it was disbanded, it looks like, from our notes in 2019. So we're trying to get that back going. And by we, I mean, I have absolutely nothing to do with it. Sari and Christy and Mike and Liz are all the ones working on that. And the clerks are helping out with that. So I think that once it goes through the finance part, that's when it goes to the board. And so you'll become aware of it at some point soon here. Let's see. Judge Yackel and I, and of course our JAs, are working on updating the local court rules. They're out of date, but also we need to add some things into that, such as things about Zoom appearances, warrant processes, and we're trying to make it more uniform between the two branches for how we process through warrants, because I know that that's leading to some confusion with everybody, and I think it would just be best to have it in our local court rules. So we're kind of working through that, and it is a process. It's a lengthy process, but we're going through those. Let's see. So there were lots of security concerns after the email leak a couple months ago, last month, I can't remember. After that, Chief Judge Anderson was having me appear via Zoom for that week following that, which I think helped a lot of the security concerns. Zoom appearance is a really good option for things like that, security issues, when we have travel concerns, because the judges are appointed on out-of-county cases a lot. So we appear via Zoom for out-of-county cases, and other judges will appear via Zoom here for our out-of-county cases. Well, which would be our county cases, their out-of-county cases. Also, because of the attorney shortage, we allow pretty much any attorney to appear via Zoom. We pretty much tell them that as long as your client's okay with it, you can appear via Zoom because we need you, and so we're trying to be more open in that way so that we can get people who are more willing to come up here. It saves the county a lot of money actually doing it that way too, because court appointments, you would have to pay for your attorney to drive, back and forth from wherever they are. It's much easier to just have them appear via Zoom, especially attorneys, but also with experts. That can save a lot of money as well. So I think Chief Judge Anderson put something out about a big trial that he had where Zoom appearance saved the county over $80,000 just from allowing experts and attorneys to appear via Zoom. So, and just a side note on that, I have a friend who's an attorney in Minnesota, and in the county that she practices, Zoom is the default and you have to ask for an in-person appearance. And I think that it is kind of going in that direction, just because of the convenience and also the advance in technology, things like that. So something to consider, and it is something that we talked about at our district court meeting. Another thing we talked about that, I don't know if I'm gonna get yelled at for bringing up is night court. So I guess night court is back on the table and it's being discussed amongst the districts. Whether that is once or twice a month, like 4 to 6 p.m. having court or something like that to allow people who have jobs, not want to have to, take time off, PTO or whatever to appear from court. It is helpful. I don't know if we're going in that direction. If we are, I think there might be a little bit of pushback, but I'd be okay with it. I think that anything to help.
Well, who would oversee that night court?
Yeah, that's a
You
lot
or
of good
Mr.
question.
Yappo, or-
That's a good question. I don't know how well thought out it is at this point, but I know that it is something it was brought up at our district court meeting, so I assume it's something that's
Okay.
been talked about. And the way that it was kind of presented was a couple of times a month, having like either a Saturday or like a night court type of option for people. I don't know all the details and I don't know if other places are going towards that, and that's why it was brought up, but it's just on the radar. So just putting it on our radar, I guess. Let's see. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something. No, I'm looking at her because she always saves me. Okay, well, I can't think of anything else right now, but otherwise everything seems to be going well. We just got through another month and the numbers always update at the end of those months. And we're putting out more cases than we're getting in, it seems like, so going well.
Good. So anyone have any questions for the judge? Okay, if not, thank you. All right, number 9, clerk of courts report, Marge.
A little update, since I submitted my report, that our civil small claims probate clerk will be starting with us on Monday, June 9th. Hannah will be starting. Her, of course, her first day is a jury trial. It's a criminal trial day, so it'll be fine. We'll get it all worked out. But we're happy to have that position filled and looking forward to working with her, so. And Phil, our criminal clerk, is doing great. He's catching on to stuff, so sliding into that position well. So we're happy to have him.
Who is that?
Philip Barnard.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a male clerk now, and I've been testing out different ways to refer to him because I always say Madam Clerk, and I'm like, Mr. Clerk, Monsieur Clerk. I don't know. I think
Mr. Clerk is recommended.
I think we're gonna stick with Monsieur.
All right. That all you got, Marge? Anybody got any questions for Marge? Okay, thanks for the report, Marge. Number 10, Sheriff's Department report.
I'll start off by mentioning that we have some deputies that we're going to acknowledge for some life-saving awards. The plan is to put them on the agenda for the June full county board meeting to acknowledge them for their efforts. Outside of that, I'll yield to the lieutenant here.
Okay. All right, Lieutenant Rapinski.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You can see from our patrol report, we have increased from last month's calls of service to 865. Our 3 months trend shows 608 in March and 680 in April. This was a decrease from where we were at last year, however, at 1,020. For May of 25, our deputies issued a total of 45 citations for traffic, 38 written warnings, 11 non-traffic citations. And per community maps, there have been 21 total crashes, 4 with personal injury with no additional fatalities, bringing our yearly total so far to 111 crashes, 18 with personal injury, and 1 fatality. We recently participated in the annual Clicker Ticket Mobilization for seatbelt enforcement, ran through May 19th through June 1st of 2025, and focuses on enhancing our efforts towards seatbelt safety and awareness. We're wrapping up our presence in the outlying areas of the county as summer festivals start turning into full swing. We were down assisting for Memorial Day service events as well as the Winter Community Spring Fling, which is an annual event down in the village. And we're very excited that on June 2nd, our 2 sponsored part-time deputies, Madison Waller and Nick Pompuch, will start their LEO 720 Academy courses in Rice Lake. They receive their instructions on a preparatory basis. We'll prepare them for this profession as well. They'll be prepared then for completion and to entry into our patrol FTO process, which does give an additional 520 hours to get them ready for solo patrol. That concludes my report.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Lieutenant? Not? Okay, thank you. Number B, jail report.
Thank you. May 2025, we seen an average daily population of 55 inmates, 12 of those being females, 43 males. Our average probation incarceration was at 18 inmates. Pre-sentence inmates were 19. Average sentence incarceration was at 18. We currently have, the day that this report was generated, have 5 on electronic monitoring. We had 55 the day that this report was generated, and unemployment rate at the time of booking was at 83%.
All right, any questions, Lieutenant Wall? Okay, not, thank you. All right, number B, code enforcement report. She's not here today. Okay, she did give us a report. Did everybody get a chance to look at it? Okay. All right. And no questions with it? All right. Number 11, emergency management report.
Answer some of that, I guess. She did provide a report. Basically, the only thing I'm familiar with on this report is we are in the early planning stages of our National Night Out, which will be held August 5th from 5 to 7 at the intermediate school this year. And we're also in the early planning stages of our 8th annual Cops and Bobbers event, where the cops get to take kids fishing, and that will be held at the Landing Resort on August 9th from 10 to 2.
Oh, go ahead.
Chief, what is that, National Night Out?
Well, it's a national event with emergency services. And I think this is our, 3rd or 4th year for the event?
Correct. It's a community outreach program that was established over the years. We recently started taking part of it with the city of Hayward and with our partners here. It brings emergency services, fire service, and they have some demonstrations from K9 and
Kind of show what's going on.
yeah, it gives
With the emergency
family and
services.
kids chances to come out and see the equipment.
And we have a dunk tank if any county board members want to join in. A lot of events for the kids, free food, ice cream. So,
I might make you some money.
It's actually a really good program. It is a national program. It's for promoting community-based things and helping with the community outreach and making sure that there's a face to each organization, place that people might need to reach out to. They see everybody all in one place so they can kind of put a face to it and get and the kids enjoy it. Really nice. The Boys and Girls Club does one too.
It's a real good night.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be on the first Tuesday in August.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right, number B, dispatch report.
For the dispatch center, we're just finishing up on our EZNet project, so that'd be upgrading our 911 system. The turnover and the go live went well. I'm still monitoring it. I guess the next step in the process will be text to 911, so people will be able to text a 911 call in. We're not there yet, but we're working on it. We did have a couple dispatchers attend peer support training in Bayfield in early May, as well as one dispatcher attending a incident tactical dispatching course in Waukesha. I think that was a 3 or 4 day course. Sawyer County will be hosting a field training officer course. This was part of a grant we got, so that will be at the Flat Creek Inn and Suites, 9th through the 13th. The class is full. So basically, this is a training for field training officers to train new officers. So we send people to that. So we've got multiple counties coming to this. I think there's 35 to 40 people attending it. That's Flat Creek on that. So that will be a good thing. And one of our part-time dispatchers left us. She took a full-time law enforcement position in Bayfield County. She was one of the 3 we were going to sponsor through the law enforcement academy. And as Lieutenant Rapinski mentioned, there are other part-time dispatchers heading to the law enforcement academy, which started Monday. So we're short a few dispatchers down.
I see you guys they're advertising for part-time dispatchers, right?
Yep.
Okay. Go
And
ahead.
that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Chief, you just mentioned that texting the 911. I know you get 911 calls that are, I didn't mean to do that. How, I know it's early in the process, but do you know how that'll work as far as accidental, maybe accidental text?
You would think it would be less of an accidental doing the 911 text than, the dials that we get in that people just, I don't want to say butt dial, but. Yeah.
I don't know how I touched my phone and the next thing I know, the cops were out.
No.
Some sort of emergency.
I could get it or about 5 times quicker.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
like a way that all you have to do is like hit something and put it across the room. Yeah, well.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Number 12, child support report. Good morning.
We've been under construction since approximately December. What used to be the old law library back in the day, I think that addition was 92, from probably the small courtroom down was a new addition. I started in 94 and we were there. So originally it was a law library, and then it was the victim witness coordinator's office, and then it was Justice Point. Justice Point ran out of room. They were moved into our big office. We were moved into our reception area. So for a while it was pretty close quarters while all the construction was going on. We're done now, and I'd like to give a huge shout out to IT because they were at our beck and call, disconnecting, reconnecting, panicking. When we were panicking, everything, I mean, we're still doing. Mike was down again this morning helping. The maintenance department, their maintenance, and they turned into carpenters, and they're young kids. I mean, it was just unreal. Everything they did. One of them, I'm pretty sure his name is Randy. He built all of our desks, and they rise up, and he built like modesty. They look like they're all judges. They have all these, they're called modesty panels, and they're old, they're beautiful. We all have we have more doors in there than we've ever had before. And Charlie from Locksmith was here yesterday putting everything in and carpeting. And we've had the same carpeting down there forever, and everything's been repainted, and none of us want to hang any pictures because the walls look so nice.
Yeah.
Our receptionist retired February 28th, and she was the front desk, and she did all the locate for people that we can't find. We interviewed a new person, hired a new person in March, but we didn't have anywhere to put her. So she just started on June 2nd. Her name is Amy Benson. She came from a law firm in Eau Claire. She's been looking to relocate to Hayward for several years. She's got a lot of legal experience. She actually worked for the attorney that was the attorney for the Eau Claire Child Support Agency. So she came in, coming from, a more populated county, but with a lot of child support experience. And Mike's been in and set her up with computers and printers and phone lines and emails. And we're back on the ground running, so.
Good deal. Good. All right, any questions on the report? Not? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Number 13, emergency services ambulance report. Mr. Bremmel.
Good morning. Well, so as you can see, we're significantly up on our call volume right now, 886 versus 772 from last year. On there, I chat GPT what that percentage was, so that was 14.8% from that. We have gotten our run times down significantly since we started doing this second crew. We call it the third crew, but the second crew out of Hayward. So that's significantly better. So before we're letting Mike get a little used to his job as the new administrator before I start hammering out some other details or going through more ideas or anything. So before that, I am working on the mutual aid agreements, the same thing we basically have with Barnes Ambulance right now. With Glidden, I'm trying to get Park Falls and stuff. I'm trying to set up meetings with their ambulance directors so we can just, number one, get to know each other better and see where we can help each other out on our borders. And then I did do these breakdowns for everybody to see. The one thing that I am happy with, which I stated a few months back, is that the Unit 2 call volume is significantly increased. That means the reason that our run times have become less is because we're able to do those calls in the city of Hayward that are taken away from our calls going out into the rest of the county. Yes, there are ways to fix things and make it better. We will discuss that in future agendas and after we hammer out a bunch of other stuff. You can see how I broke down how our runs are broken down. Our medical transports and our in-facility transports. Medical transports just basically return home or back to an Aspen Acres. Interfacility are those ones that we want to see as much as, as high as possible, because those are for lack of a better term, paying runs, which they are better and getting higher. And then, as you can see, our dispatch of complaints, falls are always going to be our number one. And I believe they're going to, as Sawyer County is becoming an older county, I believe that that's going to be another significant increase as the years go on. So I'm kind of predicting that as 3 to 5 years from now, these calls are probably going to double.
Why are they called dispatch complaints?
Well, because that's when you call 911, the reason that you call 911 is called a complaint.
Yeah.
That's your,
Well, that ain't the way I had looked at
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Complaint to
Yeah,
dispatch rather than about.
yeah. Not
That's
about
the way
dispatch,
I was looking at
dispatch,
it, about dispatch,
It's,
okay.
it's the same as a call for service.
Yeah,
Okay,
and in our reports, they call, when we bring over the CAD data, it fills out, it says dispatch complaint is basically what the report says.
thanks for
So,
that information.
and like I said, as our population ages, falls are like the number one thing. I mean, the commercial, the push the button, is 90% of those is they're pushing their button because they can't get up. A good part of them only need help up, but that's also, we do find a lot of injuries that, a lot of people who have like diabetes and stuff, they don't actually feel their feet or anything, and they can actually have injuries that they don't feel. So we do find a lot of just because it's a call for a lift assist or something, that a lot of people are actually injured. Other than that, then the last one, average response time by township, I broke down everything, not just townships, just also our intercepts and with when it says like Russ County and stuff, those are called mutual aid calls. And like Cumberland Hospital is obviously a transfer. Like that's how long it took us to get to Cumberland for a transfer. So same thing with like, Spooner Hospital. But you can kind of see the average response times, and as I get better at doing these, I want to start, doing year to year, what was it 1 year versus another year, so I'm hoping to trend everything down. So as long as we're trending down, we're doing things right.
Okay.
And then does anybody have any questions on my medical examiner report?
No.
I just think that I appreciate the thoroughness and how much effort you put into it. I think that it goes to show how serious you take your job. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
I have one question, Mr. From. How's our situation going with Edgewater, Washburn over there? Birchwood.
So I haven't had any complaints yet. I do know that they're going through a leadership change.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about it. I'm not,
All right.
all I know is rumors, so.
Well, I was just wondering because I haven't heard nothing
Yeah,
either.
I haven't
So
heard
that-
a word.
I don't know, that's a good thing, I guess, but.
I hope it's
I
good.
haven't heard of this since they came to the meeting.
Right, yeah. Okay, any questions? All right, thanks, John. Okay, number 14, Criminal Justice Coordinating Council update. Mike?
Yeah, I can give a couple updates there.
Sure.
Before Andy left, he had recommended the formation of an executive committee with CJCC, and a preliminary committee was formed at the last meeting. It has Julie Lyons, Judge Elaine Smith, Kathy McCoy, and Bruce Poquette on it. Can be added to later. He recommended about 6 people, so we'll probably add a couple more as we go. And then out of that meeting as well, they recommended writing a couple resolutions, one for building bridges, one for reaching rural. Those were 2 grants that we were going to be receiving that the funding was stopped in late April for each of them. So I did write up those resolutions. That'll go to CJCC next week and then to the full board the following week. We'll send them to our legislature to try to get the money reinstated. They're both kind of supplemental programs to what we're already doing. The building bridges is more of a mental health AODA help, and the reaching rural is for opioid, reaching out to people in rural areas where population density is not quite there. And we haven't spent any of the money in either program, but we were making plans for it and what we're going to use the money for. So any questions on either of those?
No. Any questions, anybody? All right. Thanks, Mike. All right, number 15, board appointed committee updates. Anyone have anything they want to update on that?
First of the month.
All right, number 16, correspondence reports from conferences and meetings. None. Number 17, future agenda items. I don't have none at this time, but if you guys have one, let me or Mike or Liz know and let's get it on the agenda for you. All right, number 18, I want to thank everybody for the good reports. I want to thank Judge today. We are adjourned.